Does talking on camera terrify you? You're not alone. Hey, listen, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can build a social presence and use some tricks to make it effective. Listen, you're not alone, but I can help. Let's get started. Let's get to it. You got started. You got into everything else in the affiliate marketing program. You got all your stuff set up, all your tech. You've got your ideal niche. You got everything done that you've done in this course. Now it's time to promote, right? So you do what they say. You do it 3 to 4 times a day and get to work. And you're talking and you're posting and you're terrified to be on camera. So you're just using, maybe a picture and you're putting words on the screen, and whatever, however you're doing it. You just don't seem to be getting results. You know what? A few video clicks here and there, a few views here and there. Maybe even you got to that 200 view mark, and it just keeps stopping at that point. Ugh! Frustrating, right? Totally get it. You are not alone. I understand exactly how you feel because I felt the same way. I am by no means the perfect expert in social media growth. There are some people that are far better at it than me, but what I can tell you, and in this course, is to get you some of the basics to help you overcome some things and leverage how their technology works in these social media platforms so that you can maybe use some sneaky tricks to grow your accounts. When I got into social media marketing, let me tell you what, I was bitten by the same bug that most people are bitten by. I want it all and I want it now. And so what I did was I'm a get the problem done kind of guy. If I have to cut a check, I'll do it, and I'll do what has to be done, and I'll make it happen. And so I did a test, and I found several people on social media that offered services that would go out and draw traffic in and paid traffic to your site and things like that. So I thought, well, this is a great idea. This should work. So I created a completely new TikTok account. And actually I created 2, but I had one that I wanted to use with that kind of service, and the other one I wanted to use just from natural growth, okay? So let's just no paid anything, just total organic. Here's what I found. I paid $50 for the first month of one service and $100 for a second month on that service. The other account I did nothing. I didn't pay for anything. So the one that I was doing paid stuff for, yes, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70 new followers a day. Boom, it grew leaps and bounds. Went from, 20 to 2,500, subscribers on this TikTok channel or people following it. And they would like and comment like crazy, Vast majority of them, probably 90 to 95%, were not from my area or really interested in my niche or what I was talking about. They would do the clicking, they would do the liking, but they weren't converting, and that is critical. We need customers and clients on our channel, followers, yes, but we need them to be people that are interested in really what we're talking about so that we can build personal relationships with them so that we can actually provide services that they're willing to purchase, or products for that matter. Anyway, so I would definitely see tons of growth, tons of rapid views went through the roof, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. You can do the same thing by just paying for a specific ad and see that one ad jump 10, 15,000 views, whatever, in a matter of a couple of days for $50 to $60. But it might be more specific to your group. So there's some advantages to that. It might be more specific to the user that you're trying to actually reach out and talk to. The other account, on the other hand, did not grow as fast by any means. Okay, maybe only had a couple of hundred followers after a month or two, but substantially more comments. And that's key. When people are commenting and you're responding to those comments, that's important. You're having a conversation with them. Don't just be a schmuck out there trying to make money off everybody else. Be a service to those people. GAFAB. Give a flip about people, okay? You got to actually care about them. But when you engage with those, I started to see growth in people and in relationships and in community that was really meaningful. And I would much rather have 200 people who genuinely are interested in what I am, who I am, what I'm offering, and how I'm offering it, and the topic that I'm discussing, versus 20,000 people I paid to be on there that really don't care. They're just simply there because they got paid and they clicked it, and that was it. That was the end of that. So there are definitely some advantages in social media growth in doing it organically, because you're building a base, even if it's a smaller one, that actually cares about what you're talking about. So how do we grow organically? You know what? That can be frustrating, because you're trying everything, you're doing these videos, you're posting it, you're doing all that, and you're just not seeing results like you would expect. You don't have that million view viral post that everybody said was just super easy to do, and you've been doing it for weeks and weeks and it's just not working. Don't feel bad, okay? Listen, a lot of people have felt that way, and but I even felt that way, to be honest with you, when I got started. But what I found was that there honestly is no magic bullet. There's no secret recipe. There's no do this one thing and you'll get 1 million followers. And if you're seeing TikTok videos that say that, or you're watching social media posts that people are telling you, just do this one thing and you'll get 1 million people in one view. Yeah, they're full of it. And at least I have not seen any evidence to prove or back up what they're saying in real life. Sure, they can show you some things, but if you're seeing it, by all means, let me know, because I want to know who they are and I'd like to know their tricks. But I have not found any that would do that. What I did find is that consistent hard work and delivering quality content to your ideal customer is the secret to real growth and growth of real value in the client base that you have. So there are several different social media platforms, and the list could be on and on and on, really. But generally the big dogs are TikTok, Facebook. Now you have regular posting in Facebook, and you have Reels in Facebook now. Reels is a connection with Instagram. Instagram has Reels, and you can do regular posting in Instagram, but you can connect Facebook and Instagram so that if you post on Instagram, it automatically posts to your Facebook Reels, or if you post in Facebook Reels, it automatically posts to Instagram. So those two can kind of work hand in hand. Also is Pinterest. I know Pinterest is a big one. It's not one that I personally use a lot. It just doesn't fit my market, but I do know some people that are very, very successful using Pinterest. YouTube has a new one called Shorts, which is not long form, and that one is hot as wildfire at the moment. And then, of course, you have LinkedIn and some of these others that you can use. So there are multiple platforms. Here's the thing. Which one should you use? In my opinion, all of them. Every opportunity you can get it out there matters, but who is the user for that platform? Okay, that matters. For example, if I'm talking about marketing a product that helps you with getting your AARP insurance, I'm probably not going to use TikTok. Not that there aren't older people on TikTok, but the general user on TikTok is younger. And that's the bigger party of people that are in that app, and it just doesn't make sense to kind of market there. I want to go to other places where they might be. For example, if you're a Gen Xer, there's a good chance you're on Facebook, okay? Because that was the biggest platform that came out when we were younger and we started using it. And now that's generally the group we're there. Doesn't mean 100% for any of these, but that is the majority. Now, if you get into Pinterest, it's a lot of ladies, okay? A lot of female users who are, I find women that are marketing like to women, or moms marketing to moms for various different things. Pinterest is huge for them, and they do very, very well there. So I'm not saying that's not always the case, but it is definitely a common case. YouTube is for everybody. Let me tell you what, the number 2 biggest search engine in the world, YouTube. Okay, YouTube is searched to learn more things and how to do things than any other website in the world. Bigger than Google. Now, you still have Google, of course. You can do Google search engines and things like that, and you want to be optimized for those. But YouTube is trying to tap into the TikTok market, as well as Facebook and Instagram with Reels. Which is why you see a lot of attacks in the media about how TikTok's the devil and how they're trying to steal all your data and do all these things. That's because there are people who are spending a ton of money on politicians so that they can get them to push against those platforms. That's business. That's how it works nowadays. Whether you like it or not, that's just the way it is. Okay, let's talk commonalities in platform. TikTok, Facebook, Google, Pinterest, YouTube. All of them have 4 main things that they all have in common. Okay, the first one is they all want to be the biggest search engine. Okay, they are all doing everything they can to be the one single source of search for data that you come to and use. Okay, that all of us use. That's their mission. All right, so they're going to do everything in their power to be the best at what they do so that they can provide the best service so that we will use them. They all want that. They all want you to use them. Okay, that's their mission. They want everyone to use them. Then there's also, they all want your money. Okay, but Facebook's free, right? TikTok's free, right? Not even close. All right, it's free for someone to consume data. It is not free for someone to give information or to advertise or to market to those people. And that's where they make their money. But the big one, and here's the real kicker, okay? This is the biggest secret and nobody's talking about it. The number one thing that all of those platforms want more than anything is your data. The more data they collect, the more they can run big data algorithms. And the big data algorithms help narrow down and literally help them to predict the future for what a user is going to do. Now, this is not anything majorly new. I'm sure you've probably heard of these concepts before. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that you've had conversations with someone and your phone was in the room. You weren't even on it. And you were having a conversation with someone talking about some sort of thing, some product, some whatever. Maybe you were talking about ceiling fans, and then out of nowhere, the next few days, you started noticing ads on your phone for ceiling fans. Okay? Yeah, there's a reason. Because it can listen at any given time, and it's always listening at any given time, especially if you use something like Google Talk or Alexa or anything like that. And you know, hey Siri, I need to do this. Siri's listening at any given time, waiting for you to ask them a question. Okay, so while they're listening, they're also tracking different things, looking for keywords to keep up with the things that you're interested in. Now, is that a big scam, big brother? Nah. What they're really doing is they're just keeping track of those things so they can then cater the ads and things that they push towards you so that you get more value out of their platform so they can get back to those key 4 things that they wanted to do. So now they're getting all that information from you so that they can give you a better product selection and you know exactly what you need. It's actually a way for them to provide a better service to you, to be your source of information. Now, as they manipulate the way that they collect your data, they can then leverage it, not just to help you get the products you want, but to also help businesses know the right market, the right people to advertise on, to get to the right groups. Have you ever wondered how they know how to advertise specifically to 17 to 29-year-olds that are interested in X, Y, and Z? This is kind of the way they do that. It's called big data analytics. And that is a huge industry in technology. And to be honest with you, one of the most complex. Right up there next to AI, which is a whole nother beast we'll get into in another video lesson. But anyway, that's generally the goal behind these tech companies. And they are working very, very aggressively to be the best at it. So, what does that mean? That means that some of them are going to do it one way, some are going to do it another, all are going to do it similar, but, and here's the doozy, they don't want you to play nice with each other. And that is where it gets tricky, posting to social media. I would love nothing more than to be the guy who can tell you everything about all the tricks of social media and it work everywhere, all in one video post. But I hate to break it to you, that's not going to happen. For 2 reasons. One, I'm not the expert on all things social media, but also they don't want to play nice together. They just don't. They want to keep you. They don't want me to create a video on TikTok and then share it on Facebook. They don't want me to create a video on Reels and then share it to TikTok because that might lead somebody back to that platform. They don't want to do that. They want you to stay on their platform. They want you to use their platform. So they're not going to promote things like that. So you've got to be careful how you promote things and how you build these videos and these ads that you're putting out. So let's look into a few different ones. I'm going to give you some key things that I have found have helped me be successful, and they might help you get started with building your social audience. The first thing is this: as you pick a new affiliate program, whatever it is, let's say you're gonna market, air conditioners, okay, window units, for example, and you get a commission every time somebody buys one. Okay, great, you got your link. You're going to do all that. You're going to promote that link. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new social media account for that specific product or that specific market, that specific, more importantly, custom user, your perfect customer. That's what you want this new TikTok account. That's what you want this new Facebook profile. That's what you want this new Instagram profile based around. And these accounts are used specifically for that product. Why do that? Because it helps the algorithms for each individual one of those platforms know how to better categorize you, which means that they know how to find you and push you in front of the right people. We're going to use their techniques, their strategies, and their desires, not just against them, but we're going to work with them so that we can be their best customer, and they can then, in turn, recommend us to our perfect customer. Okay, so for the first point that I want to talk about, let's use TikTok as an example. On your TikToks, I want you to think of a key word, okay, a bullet point, a 1 to 2 word bullet point that narrows down everything you're talking about into this very, as narrow as possible term. For example, relationship advice. There you go. That's maybe you're selling a book on the 5 love languages, and you're marketing this 5 love languages book, and in that book it's talking about relationship advice and how to communicate better. By the way, it is a great book. I am not an affiliate for them, but I recommend that one only because it's helped my marriage. But anyway, so relationship advice, and you want to use that keyword, okay, in a few different ways on your TikTok. So check this out. You want it to be on the screen. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be on the video or right in front of the user, the person watching it. You can write the word in text on the screen and then drag it just off screen to where it can't be seen, and the TikTok algorithm will still pick it up as a word on the screen, but your user can't see it. The viewer can't see it. You can do that with multiple words, but generally it's best to use 1 to 2 keywords. And then after you've done that, you have your keyword, you've entered it on the screen, and you've slid it out of the way, or you may even have it on the screen. You want to make sure in the first couple of seconds you're using that word, okay, or that keyword, and you want to make sure that the algorithm can pick it up quickly and know that this video is what you were talking about. This topic is what this video is talking about, and it's on the screen, and it's what the person is talking about. So now you can be relied on as a source for this particular keyword when someone searches for it in that platform. Now, you want in the comments section, right after you created your video and you have that little section that says comments where you usually enter your hashtags and things like that, you want to make sure that user word, that keyword, is in there at least 1 to 2 times. Generally, I try to use it as the first word that comes in there and then make that part of my sentence that I'm talking about what I'm going to do, so that I can get the person watching it to not only know that this is what I'm talking about and this is what my video is about, and this is when you click on this link is going to take you to my website, which is going to give you my ebook about it. And so it's all related to that topic. Okay, here's my sneaky trick. This works on TikTok. Doesn't work all the time, but it's very, very effective. I found it to be very, very cool. Getting categorized so that your TikTok video is used or sent to someone when they search for that is a very powerful tool for your business, but it's not easy. Here's how you know if your video is categorized. Go to your TikTok videos, look at the very top, and go to one of your past videos, look at the very top, and look at the search bar. And if it just says find content like this, you're not categorized. You have either confused the TikTok algorithm, or you simply haven't done enough that they can trust you to be about this topic. If it has a specific keyword in it, though, and it may not be relationship advice, it may be relationship help, it may be marriage help, it may be marriage advice, something in that ballpark, you're okay. TikTok believes that, one, this is what this video is about, I've categorized it, and I can rely that if I have a user search for this, I can send them this video and I'm okay. But getting that done, if you've been all over the place with a TikTok account, like maybe your own personal one, you made a whole bunch of videos, every time you got inspired, you just did something, and it's all over the place with topics, because let's face it, we're pretty diverse people, then TikTok's going to have a heck of a time trying to figure out who to send people to watch you. That's why you haven't grown, don't have 1 million followers, all right? You have a few, they're called friends and family, okay? But you don't have very many. So as you work in all those strategies for the keyword, they get better at searching for you. So here's the sneaky trick. You ready? In that search bar, the day after you have posted your video, go back in. I like to do it 2 ways. You could do it with your same account, but I like to go in with a different TikTok account. Go to that page, and I make sure that I follow them. I do a search for that keyword on that video. So I go back to my own video, look at it with a different TikTok account, but I go back to my own video, and then I search that keyword on that video. Let it load the next page, close it out, and go on to whatever you want to do. What this does is a backdoor, okay? This is what's called a backdoor in software development. And a lot of people who write code will know what I'm talking about. We write code because well, to be quite honest with you, techies think that they're smarter than everybody else. They do. And they want to find a way to make sure that they can get this video searched accurately. So one of the things they code is that if somebody goes into that video and writes a search on it, they know that this is the topic someone is looking for, and that this video was part of it, and it inspired them to go look into this other thing. So we write these backdoor codes so that somebody can do that. So now when you go back in the day after, everything's cycled through the servers and it's all done, and you go search on that, it uses their backdoor, and it can help build up automatically adding that category to the TikTok video. So again, what you really want to think about is after you've done all the other things and you've posted your video, come back the next day and then do a search for that keyword on that video. Go to that video, enter that keyword search. Do that over time, and sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days to see it. Sometimes it takes hours, but you can then go back and check it and start looking at those categorizations and make sure that every video you have is categorized to the perfect user and to the topic that you want to actually market. Now, how do we make it better so that we don't have to do that? That's some of the other tips that we're going to talk about. But the keyword searching, it's critical when you're building your social media. Okay, let's talk about hashtags. Hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag this, hashtag that. Well, you even see like grandma, hashtag you're dumb, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, anyway, hashtags are actually just another way to train the algorithm to know how to search for you. Okay, so generally what we don't want to do is have 1,000 hashtags or just bunches and bunches and bunches of them. I generally try to use the same hashtags in whatever niche market account. I have hashtags that are specific to that account. So if I have an account that's selling air conditioners, I'm going to have 3 or 4 hashtags that I want to use specifically for air conditioners that fit into what I call a 3-point criteria. Now, the 3 points are general topic, more narrow, and very specific. Okay, so the first hashtag I do some searching in the social media platforms, and I start looking for videos that are doing what I want to do and what I want to sell. They're marketing to the perfect people, and I look at the hashtags they're using, and what I want to find is a hashtag that has millions of users. Okay, millions of people are using it. I don't go into the billions because then it can become too vague, but and kind of trendy, and that's not always the best thing. But I want to go for the people that are, a lot of people, millions of people are using this, that are talking about this topic. So it's a pretty broad hashtag, like hashtag air conditioning, something like that might be it, or hashtag window units or something like that. So now, if I have the millions of views, I'm going to use that one as my first one. The second one is a more narrow hashtag. So I want to go in, instead of saying air conditioners, I might say window units, or 1500 BTU window units, or something like that. And I want to narrow hashtag window air conditioning, something like that. And now what I'm looking for is the same way I searched it before. I'm looking for people in the industry that are already doing it, and I'm going to go find those hashtags, and I'm going to find one that is in that hundreds of thousands range. Okay, hundreds of thousands of people are using it. Between 100,000, 800,000, 900,000 people are using it, and have used it, and it's narrowing down who my perfect customer is. Now, within that, my third one, and this is usually the one where I stop, is what I call the very specific hashtag, and this is in that hundreds to thousands range. Okay, below 100,000, but above 1,000. Above, I usually go above 25,000, below 100,000 range, but you don't have to be specific. But that's generally what I use. And then in there, I'm looking for something even more specific of a topic, that is Maytag air conditioners, or something like that. That hashtag Maytag AC or something like that. And now I've gotten it down to a very specific, close to my product kind of a thing, that if somebody is searching for this, my product is the perfect solution, or my service is the perfect solution for them, very likely, and that's who I want to market to. So now what you've done, when you add those in the comment section that you do for your video, say it's for TikTok, for example, you do your comments after you've made the video, and you put in your keyword, and you put in your link, and you did everything there. Hey, here's, window air conditioning available, or marriage help, whatever you're talking about, is available at this website. Here's the link, and hashtag this, hashtag this, hashtag this. Those hashtags then help guide the algorithm to better point people towards your video when they do those searches. And that's really what they're for. Not almost all of the platforms you can leverage hashtags, but it's not really critical in some of them. Okay, it just depends on the platform you're using. But I find that it is helpful in every platform at some level, so I go ahead and include it in all of my video intro descriptions. Pattern interruption is a psychological concept. It's designed to help people break their train of thought. Okay, here's an example. Have you ever been driving down the road, or maybe you're coming home from work, and then you got like 5 or 6 blocks down the road, or maybe even a few miles sometimes, and then didn't even remember how you got there? It's because you got into that secondary memory where your mind, your body, your brain just takes over and does it, because it's such a menial task that you've done so many times, it knows exactly how to do it, and you're not even really thinking about it. You're just doing it. Okay. Well, that's a pattern of thought, and people are a lot of times they're in that pattern when they're on social media. They're just sitting there kind of scrolling and flicking and scrolling and flicking and looking and scrolling and flicking. Whatever, I'm just a consumer. And we need to break that pattern, okay? So to do that, at the very first beginning of the video, we want to do what's called a pattern interruption, and we do that using transitions, okay? Transitions. So when you use TikTok as my example, and you're building your video, you go into the special special features on the side, and in there you can dig in and find transitions. So it's like if you want to make it a different color, and you want to make it lighting behind you and all these other things or whatever, or make, all those extras in there is transitions. And when you find transitions, you want to give it one at the very beginning, because now, as they're used to scrolling a specific way, all of a sudden your transition does this flippity flop, and it breaks their pattern of thought, and it makes them look at your video better. Okay, and you get a better chance of them actually looking at the first few seconds of your video. Now, if your hook sucks, they're not going to watch it, but at least you got them to pay attention to it for a second, instead of just flipping by it without even paying attention. Maybe you've seen this before when you were you have somebody in your family, and I'm not going to name who they are, but anyway, that has the remote control, and they're just flip, and they're not actually stopping, and you're like, how in the world are they seeing what anything is? Because they're just flipping away. Yeah, they're in a pattern. Their brain's not even thinking. They're looking for something to interrupt that pattern. And once something comes on the screen that interrupts that pattern, then they'll stop long enough to glance at it. Now, they may recognize that this is stupid and I don't care, and they're going to keep flicking, but it may be something that catches their eye that they like, and now they can watch. This is patterning in our brains, okay? And we're going to leverage